Buenos días, raza. Todavía no hay nadie, but that's okay. Vamos a esperar. Vamos a esperar un ratito. Good morning. Voy a esperar un ratito porque tengo unas cuantas preguntas. Necesito que me hagan entender. Háganme entender. Good morning, Saint Martinez. It's Thursday and I woke up with a lot of questions. I was watching Yaya. I love watching Yaya in the mornings. Sometimes I comment and sometimes I don't. But today, she did make a few good points, right? All right. I'm glad you received the notification. And I'm just wondering, I'm like, I've been hearing a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff's going on. A lot of stuff. Hi, Sammy. Good morning. A lot of stuff goes through my mind, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to sit with some of the members that have been here in this drama for a while, and I'm going to ask. I'm going to wait for us to have more than two people, Sammy and St. Martinez. But I want to ask, help me understand. Help me understand why I have to ask these questions. Why, where, when, how. It's like, okay, we know it's been going on for a long time, but I want to understand one of the things that's going on, and it's been going on. And I think that certain people feed um, the public, and it's like, do they really eat all that information that's misleading up? I know that Ophelia's like not an angel, but she's not the devil neither. And I don't think that I'm like all on her side because she's my sister. Because I want to say that I want to that people know that I am, equal with everybody. And you all see the drama that me and Ophelia do, and most of the time that we're together, it's drama. Me and Ophelia will argue about a lot of stuff, but she's my sister at the end of the day. Regardless of what we talk about or argue about or whatever, she's my sister. But I'm trying to understand why these people are so focused on saying that my sister Ophelia has hurt a lot of people. And I'm like, when did that happen? And I didn't see it in the last 5 years I was here. Who did she hurt? How did she hurt them? When did it happen? Where did it happen? It's like, thank you, Bertrand. My day is going real good. Just want to ask some questions. My day is going good. It is a beautiful day here in South Texas. How's your day going, Everly? Because mine is going awesome. Do you remember, Sammy? Good morning, Scarlett. Do you remember? Does anybody remember any of the people that she hurt? How did she hurt them? Like, I would like to know. I would like to know. You can't steal my light. You can't steal it. No. I don't give out my phone number. But anyways, have a nice day, Bridget. I would like to know, I'm waiting for some people to come in here from the 956 that have been following this drama because I can't understand. Besides the. Ay, ay, ay. I know you have, Sammy. And I have been here too. I've been there. So it's like, why on every show out there that Ophelia gets clips from the fairies from, there's always the, clip that comes up with, she is evil. She has hurt so many people. And I'm like, who? I know we had that June 3rd parade, but there was a lot of people on a lot of platforms that are involved in that June 3rd parade. You know, they seem to have selective memory, and I want to know. And I was asking Yaya yesterday, and she doesn't remember neither. I want to know, does anybody remember or does anybody know exactly who she hurt? And how did she hurt them? And yes, I'm making time because it's barely 7 minutes, but can't talk like Ophelia until 8 minutes. But I'm wondering, it's like really um the real Benjamin. You're trying to tell Dixie happy birthday. Happy birthday to Dixie. Happy birthday to Dixie. Bridget, my day is awesome. I don't let nothing bother me. If it's bothering me, I'll ask in public. Believe you me, I will. But, so, I mean, I remember when Ophelia started cussing people out. Yeah, she never talked bad about anybody that left. I think that the only person that she ever did, question was the Tupperware lady. But I mean, she's passed away now. So we're going to leave that one alone. But that was only because of all the fraud going on with Tupperware. But I think that clients of Tupperware could go directly to Tupperware and complain about any of their salespersons. Especially if you lost like $400 or $500 to Tupperware, you're gonna question the company and mention the representative. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but other than that, Ophelia, other than that person, and I think I'm not sure. I don't think that that person was the same person with the son that got run over by the train. And that mom was upset because Annette was the union rep for one of the train companies. and that was Annette's job, and it's like, come on now, you know, your job is your job. You do your job to the best of your ability. You put 110% while you're in your job. And I'll tell anybody, my parents came illegally 3 times into the United States when they were children, before they had their American dream resolved. And they got green cards. By the time they were married, they had green cards. By the time my mom passed away, she was a United States citizen because she had become a citizen. My dad had passed away young. He was 45 and gonna be 45, and my mom was gonna be 40 when he passed away. But my mom became a United States citizen later in life. So does that mean that I'm bad, that I'm a bad person because besides working for the federal correction detention center here, and I worked for 2 federal detention centers. One of them was detaining illegals. The very first job that I got here in Willacy County was as a correctional officer in a detention center that detained illegals. Then I worked in a federal detention center that detained American detainees that were waiting to go to court to get sentenced. And I worked there like 9.5 years in those jobs. And my last job that I had a couple of years back, I was working processing illegals to get deported or to stay, depending on what the judge said here with the Lone Star program in Texas. Does that make me a bad person? No, I have to pay that light bill. I have to pay the insurance on my cars. I have to pay bills. That was my job. Does that make me a bad person? Does that mean that I believe that what my job was, that I was doing the right thing? Or was I just doing that job because that was my job? It's like, come on now. We need to understand that you have to do certain things because those things are in place for you to keep going in life. Hi, Chips. And that doesn't make you the bad person. Now, Ophelia, on the other hand, started doing a show on YouTube when we were entering COVID in 2020 or a little bit before 2020. But it was vamos a sentarnos a platicar. So, let's sit and talk. Let's have a coffee. Let's see how your day's going. Let's have a conversation because we can't have a conversation at the grocery store. It's COVID. Everybody has to stay at home. And unless you're there by mere necessity, you shouldn't be there. And a lot of people say that me and Ophelia shouldn't have been in the streets during COVID. But little do they know that we had permission on our phones to be on the streets because at that time our brother worked in Midland and he had a ranch, an 11-acre ranch here in Willacy County with cattle in it. And me and Ophelia had to go and feed these animals and water these animals. But they don't say that. It's like they're real selective in their memory, about why we had to be in the streets every day during COVID. Do you really think that I wanted to be out there getting sick? Thank God I didn't. 3 COVID shots later, thank God I still haven't got COVID. But during the 2 years of COVID that everybody was housed and enclosed and doing work from their computers, we were out there feeding animals. And now people are saying that we were in the streets just because we were mean and we wanted to be out there. And no, we weren't badass. We had work to do for our brother because we loved our brother. You know, Do you really think, that it was free? No, it wasn't even free for him, because he had to pay us gas because we had to go outside of Raymondville to do it. So, but these people are very selective, and when somebody is on a constant feeding the media people that Ophelia's evil, or that Ophelia has hurt so many people, I want to know who she hurt. How did she hurt them? If you're a drug addict, and I'm not going to mention any names, but the ones that know. If you're a drug addict and you choose to be a drug addict, and a lot of people are following you because you're a socialite on social media, and they know that you've done crumbs, and there's videos of you doing crumbs on the internet, and you lose your children because you decide that it is more important for you to be partying with people at a hotel, and then you decide not to pay them and you get all beat up. Then a few months later, you lose your children, and people are doing a parade because they're thanking CPS because Lord knows what was going on with those kids, and they're grateful that those kids are now in a better place with the dad. I don't care if the stepmom pinches them or not. They're still in a better place. Somebody's got to teach children. Children don't get born knowing everything. So, but if you lost your children because you made choices in your life, and your choice was to be on drugs and be on social media 6 to 8 hours a day. And Ophelia would tell you, hey, go to the judge, get on your knees to the judge and tell the judge to give you a week, that you will clean yourself up, that you will do everything the state wants so that they can give you your kids back. And you decided that you weren't going to do it. How did Ophelia hurt you? Because Ophelia was not the only one in the parade. You know. So let's get that one cleared and out of the way, because choices were made by grown adults that chose drugs and social media over their own children, and other people had already been seeing it coming for over 2 years, and they decided to make a parade thanking CPS for getting the children out and getting them to a better place. Then how did Ophelia hurt your ass? Make me understand. Thank you, Rose. Make me understand that one. Then somebody pays Ophelia because there's somebody somewhere else, not in the valley, that doesn't have enough views on her show, and somebody paid Ophelia to go over there. They rented a suite, not a room. This was a whole suite. It had 2 rooms. It had a living room. It had a dining room. It had a kitchenette. And a bodyguard to go and do a show on a podcast for that person and with that person. And I was there. And that is the only show that person has had that has had the most views in the last 5 years. And they're still having a conflict with what's going on. While I was there on that show, her cousin kept pushing CBD oil, CBD oil, CBD oil every 3 minutes. So my thoughts on that are, these people are not from the Democrat Party and not from the Republican Party. They must be from the Green Party because they're pushing all that green stuff. you know, and it's like they kept pushing it every 3 minutes and they're still pushing it, you know, so it's like, but even though they're pushing that CBD oil, their numbers are down, so they keep using Ophelia and her family. So let's see, we're at 20 minutes. So Ophelia decides to mandarlos a chingar a 20, and oh, she hurt me. They decide to come to Willacy County and go and film on top of Ophelia's and my mom's tombstone videos and be laughing and stuff. And then they still blame Ophelia for Ophelia telling them que vayan a chingar su madre y que le valen 1,000 hectáreas de verga a Ophelia. You know, make me understand how Ophelia hurt that person first. I know, remember Minnie? Minnie had so many little piglets. It's like, oh my gosh, she had that little white one. That's the first one I gave away. My brother was scared because he wanted them there, but then he said that because Minnie didn't stay little, she was supposed to be a little miniature pig, and she didn't stay little, and it's like, but then my brother was like, we can't even eat her. We're feeding her, and now she's got little piglets, but we can't eat her because she's not a pig that you can eat. Apparently, the miniature pigs are either missing a gene or something, and they're not supposed to be good for eating. But you know, it's like funny. And then he had like 200 chickens, and the hawks kept eating them. It was like bad. But yeah, so make me understand these people. Make me understand how Ophelia hurt anybody by starting her own show and just having conversations with people on the internet. If anything, she was just trying to make people that were probably lonely in their houses laugh, smile, and have a good day. You know, and yes, we talk loud, and yes, we, speak different because, hey, there was 8 of us raising up in our household. You always had to be louder than somebody else. But for anybody to come onto social media every freaking day to say that Ophelia, hi Ligma, to come onto a show every day and say that Ophelia has hurt so many people, I want them to line up. I want them to line up and start saying what Ophelia did to you. What exactly did she do to you? I remember Ophelia started defending La Loba, you know, and all she turned out to be was just a Bible thumper. You know, if you're getting close to Elizabeth Taylor in the marriages and queridos that you have had, don't tell me that you're a 100% Christian, all up in the Bible, because you're not. Sorry. And yes, you're going to have to answer to God at the end of the day. Your name better be on that roster in the book of life. It's like, I don't understand. Thank you, Sammy. I don't understand these people saying that Ophelia is so evil. And then you have another one. She keeps saying that Ophelia's evil. Now she has calmed down a little bit. Thank goodness. But Lent had barely started. And she was up looking for spiritual people to read her cards or tell her future or tell her past. I don't know what she was looking for. And then they want to laugh at me when I tell them I don't carry $1,000 phone for nothing. I don't have to go to anybody. If I want an answer, I can ask Google, Ophelia's cousin, and he'll probably tell me the right answer. Yeah, it's like, I mean, somebody on Yaya's show yesterday said Ophelia has hurt me so much. Sometimes the messages on the shows go really fast depending on how many people are watching your show. And the messages are going really fast. I thank every single one of those moderators that can catch the persons that are talking bad and just Xing them out, putting them in the corner or putting them in the post. So let them get another email and come back and do the same thing. Hi, Maria Isabel. But I thank those moderators that I have. I have no qualms with anybody going to the pozo. It's like I'm here to ask a question, and I know that I'm probably not going to get the answer, but let it be known that these people keep doing it every day, saying that Ophelia's evil and that Ophelia has hurt so many people, but I have seen no lines of anybody saying Ophelia hurt me, except, good morning, Rosina, except for that person yesterday that said that Ophelia hurt her, and I want to know how. I didn't see the person's name because I just heard Yaya reading it, and I didn't see who it was because I wasn't looking at the messages. But how did Ophelia hurt you? Did she hurt you because she didn't? Hi, good morning, Maria Isabel. Did she hurt you because she didn't acknowledge you on one of her videos when in Ophelia's show? Right now, my comments are slow. I only have 30 people. But on Ophelia's show, when she has more than 100 people, the comments are going really fast, and she needs all those moderators up there. Because a lot of people come in to just talk nonsense. But in reality, I would like to see names and numbers or names and times and situations where Ophelia has hurt anybody. Because they say that Ophelia is so evil and she has hurt so many people. Who did Ophelia hurt? Besides, like I said, besides her defending herself y mandando unos cuantos a chingar a su madre, and her saying que le valen 1,000 hectáreas de verga, who has she hurt? It's like I have had this on my mind since yesterday because I heard Yaya reading it. And I'm like, what the heck? You know, how can you say that Ophelia has hurt you? I mean, to me, somebody that hurt me would be somebody that physically actually hit me or verbally in my face told me something. You know, but most of the people that have platforms on here have done something to Ophelia or have said something about her I know how fast Ophelia's comments fly because sometimes I've gone on her show. It hasn't happened that often because I got other things. Even though I'm at her house, I don't want to be there, and mainly because of the haters always wanting to talk ill of me, and I don't know why, but it's like I try to ignore them as much as I can. But it's like it's hard to ignore them, and then they don't like you when you go and because Ophelia will go to the police, and I will go to the police and report, and they don't like it. Too bad. It's too bad because there is thin line that you shouldn't cross, and I've been called names by all of them, lots of names. And like I said, there's a page that blocked me from the very beginning because they started with me on that page with some memes or something. So I thank those fairies that send Ophelia stuff, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't see it. Most of the time, I'm here in my house with my little birds. For the last 2 years, I've been enjoying those birds. Somebody was asking me, well, how many birds do you have? Well, I started with two, and they decided that they were going to have more sex than my sister, Ophelia, who always says that she hasn't had sex since she had Sirena. And they've had 6 babies in 2.5 years. But they're in their own cage, see? The babies are on one side and the mom and the dad are on the other side. So it's like they're not bothering me. And they're well taken care of. It's like, but they're trying to kick the baby already to the next cage because I caught them and I'm like, what the heck? I think I'm giving you all too many canary seeds. But I mean, I've been trying to guard my background, even even though, because I don't know if I'm going to go back to the workforce. I don't know if I'm going to go back to work. But like I was saying, I mean, it's like, who did she really hurt? How many people can actually say Ophelia hit me, or Ophelia spoke ill of me, or Ophelia, if you didn't do anything to Ophelia first? Because these people seem to forget that there's a lot of video. Or most of the talkers that talk, that have the platforms, know that there's video. It's like you're going to go to a court and you're going to say that you were fainted. And I'm going to say it because I really don't give a shit at this point about what these people are doing and did. You're going to say that you were knocked out on my driveway when you came to fight. Really? When there's video evidence. From the very beginning that somebody started taking their shoes off on the street and climbing onto, trespassing my driveway and trespassing my property when we were doing a live show and there was other people here. You're going to say that you were knocked out on my driveway because Ophelia didn't allow the police to sit you on one of my chairs. Ophelia flat out told the police officer you couldn't sit on that chair. And you were sitting throwing a fit on my driveway. Because Ophelia did not allow them to sit you on a chair on my driveway. You're going to go and tell the court that you were knocked out when there's video evidence that you were not. You're going to go and say that you didn't do nothing to Ophelia when there's video and picture evidence of her having a bite on her chest. Well, if you're biting her chest right here, where's your face? You don't bite somebody and expect them not to bite you back if they can. Maybe you should have done the same thing. Ophelia did not let go. And you ended up losing a piece of your skin on your forehead. Am I laughing about it? No, I'm not laughing about it. But I'm pretty sure you and your buddies, the district attorney and the judge, are laughing at me losing 2 years of my job and 2 years of my financial security. And that's why I don't care what I say. Did I mention your name? No. But you know who you are. And so does that judge and that district attorney. But I didn't hurt you, and neither did Ophelia. You came with the intent to hurt her. Not only that, you wanted to gang up with her with another person. Two people wanted to gang up on one person on my driveway, and I was supposed to let it happen. Hmm. And then you wonder why I have created anger issues. You know, but it's like in my mind, I still don't understand how these people can say that Ophelia hurt them when every single person that is out there moving their trap, including uh, TV, and I'm just gonna say the initials, and they go that way, TV, including that person. She will go on every platform and talk smack, but she won't tell anybody what she did. And it's like, seriously. Then she gets mad when Ophelia fronts her out or tells her what she did. You know, I think it's funny because there is video evidence of all of it. But can you hear that little noise? That's them feeding they're feeding the baby, and the baby's already big. Wow, I've been here 40 minutes, so I'm gonna let y'all go. But hey, if anybody knows who Ophelia actually hurt, um, I think it's all hearsay about Ophelia being evil because I haven't seen it. But I think that I'm gonna probably call Ana Gonzalez. Yes, Ana Anita, I did mention your name. It's all in good going. I saw you with Velda and I on a video, and I saw that you were out there buying candles for amarres. But can you do any candles to amarrarles la boca a muchas hociconas aquí? If you can, let me know. Um, I think there's a way for you to get a hold of me. I don't know, not my number because it's private, but. But see, it's like I never claimed that I'm that good of a person, and neither does Anita. So it's like she actually showed everybody the candles, and it's like, okay, interesting. But if you find out if that works, Anna, let me know. It's like there's a lot of stuff that goes on that in the south of Texas that is weird. It doesn't just go on in the south of Texas, but I mean, hello. We had one here in Willacy County that kept saying 369, 369, 369 because that's what she believed in. And, went all the way to Massachusetts or somewhere to some grave to get some dirt. Why do you have to go so far? It's like, really? But, hey, to each whatever they believe in. All I know is that I believe that these people are just instigating hate, mongering hate, and saying that Ophelia hurt people when they really don't even have names, places, or reasons. You know, and if you ever said anything about Ophelia and her children, and she told you to fuck yourself, well, it was a well-deserved fuck yourself. If you came to my driveway and now you're scarred for life, you came and looked for that because all we were doing was just a public show. You know, Pobre San Judas. Es San Judas Tadeo el que le tienes que hacer eso. Oh my goodness. I remember when I was little, my mom had a San Martín de Porras statue, the little black one. At one point in our lives, at at one point in our lives when we were growing up, our parents were Catholic. And then they changed religions like in the middle of the 70s. So, but at one point in our lives, we did used to see the saints and stuff. But I remember she had a little Saint Martin. And every once in a while, I would see that little saint upside down. I don't know why. So it's like, it's funny, but yeah, it's like these people, they believe in a lot of stuff. They claim to be so holier than thou, It's like, come on. And I tell people, I was raised in the pews of the Pentecostal church. In the 70s, I was like 10. And that's when we started going to the Pentecostal church. And we didn't go just on Sundays. We went on Wednesdays, we went on Thursdays, we went on Saturdays, and we went on Sundays. Every week. Every week, like Ophelia says, every week. So you're not going to tell me, or come in here with different emails, Easter lilies, Jesus has risen, Jesus is Lord, a lot of different emails, and just say your side because you're so holy. Just make sure that your name gets put on the book of life. Behave, act right, do good unto others, like Ophelia says, because that is the basic commandment is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But if you speak ill of others and then you expect for them to just be meek and not say nothing, you got to be dreaming. This is Texas. We back down to nobody. I might not be mentioning any names. Good morning, Cesar. How are you? I'm not, here to back down to anybody. I'm just here to say if she really hurt you, let us know when, where, and why. And did you do something first? That is always a legitimate question to ask. Where did it happen? Why did it happen? When did it happen? And how did it happen? How did it start? Because there's somebody that doesn't belong in South Texas that has selective memory loss. And it's like really, you really, and I'm nobody's aunt, but okay. With your selective memory loss, okay. And there's somebody in Houston that has selective memory loss, but he doesn't want to go to jail. So let's all get real. A leather belt has skin layers. And let's see how many skin layers are on your belt, because Ophelia has paid plenty of skin layers from her belt to that lawyer. And it's like Ophelia hasn't lost any of the cases that she has gone to court for. Because why? There's video proof of who started what. So don't be stepping on eggshells lightly. If you're going to crack the eggshell, crack it. I'm not, turning around, not looking at the camera. No, I'm looking straight at the camera and telling you, if you're going to crack an eggshell, crack it. Let the chips fall where they have to fall. We'll just see. A lot of people like to lie. And when push comes to shove and they ask for all these computers and phones, they don't want to present them. Everybody knows that every cell phone has a chip in it. They're not going to tell you which one it is. Don't be dumb. That the police access so that they can know if you try deleting stuff from there. Everybody knows. It's in there. Because we all have a dark side. Don't lie to anybody. But y'all have a nice day. It's been a good 45 minutes. I didn't expect this show to be this long. Enjoy the rest of your day, people.